to do an experiment. So the experiment is this. I am trying to come up with my own pigments. Okay. I know you're saying, well, there's so many DIYs on YouTube. Just pick one and go with it. It's easy to just pick one and go with it, but I'm not that kind of chick. Now, don't get me wrong. I have watched a few of the DIYs on how to make your own pigment, and I like them. I found them very interesting. I found them to be very informative. But I just wanted to do my own experiment because it's easy to take somebody else's word, but I'd rather take my word, if you know what I mean. So the one thing that I did find in the videos that was very interesting to me is that when the young ladies were combining their pigment with their oil, nobody warmed the oil. In my personal opinion, in my personal experience, when I've warmed the oil for any DIY that I've done, whether it be, you know, to make a hot oil treatment, whether it is for me to, you know, make hair balm or something like that, or to mix in, to have the oils to be mixed into my conditioner or whatever, I found it always best to warm the oil, because to me the oils blend better when they are warmed versus when they are room temperature or cold. I'm not telling you to boil the oils, I'm telling you to warm them, and I do not suggest you warm them in a microwave, because that kind of breaks down and deteriorates the oil. So I do the double boiler method when I warm my oil. And so I have just taken an old pot like this that I don't use anymore really for much of cooking. I just use it for double boiling purposes. And I have a ceramic or porcelain type bowl that I got from, and I am going to use some castor oil, and I think I'm going to use a combination of castor oil and grapeseed oil, because I love the properties of grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is an antioxidant, and I'm sorry, it's a good deal, a good thing or a bad thing, we're going to learn together. So I'm going to situate you guys so you can see the bowl and what I'm doing. So hopefully you guys can see that. That's my bowl. The water is boiling down there, so which means my bowl is pretty warm. So I don't have very much castor oil left in this bottle, so I'm just going to use this castor oil here, and I'm going to, this is about, let's see, I'm putting about, I think it's about a tablespoon of castor oil in there. So, and I'm going to use just a little bit of grapeseed oil, maybe a half a teaspoon, maybe. Again, I told you guys I'm horrible with you know, with guesstimating things. So I'm just going to allow the oil to warm. I'm just going to mix it together just a little bit. Hopefully my lens is not clouding up. And I hope that you can see that. I know the bowl is white and the liquid is white. Well, kind of clear, but you can kind of see that. So the pigment that I'm going to use, it is a dry mica, a powdery mica, and this is called Happy Valentine. So I just want to see how well this powder mica blends in with the oil. So yeah, and again, sorry for the funky angles and things like that, guys, but I'm trying to figure out the best way for you guys to see this. Okay, so I'm going to turn my double boiler off. If you know anything about powdery mica, it's very light and goes everywhere when you open the packet. So, and I'm using this little spoon that came with the mica, and you can see how Pigmented the Mica Is. So I hope that translates over into the oil. So I'm just taking about this much of the powder. I'm just gonna put that in the bowl like so. And I hope, I just thought about it, I hope this doesn't stain my friggin' bowl, man. But too late now. I'm just gonna mix it. And I'm gonna keep mixing until all the powder is dissolved. This is a pretty color. I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of like that color, but I'm going to add just a little more because I think it could be a little more pigmented than that. So that was two little teaspoonfuls of the mica. I'm just gonna stir this together to make sure it's blended very well. I'm gonna keep stirring until I feel like it's blended pretty good. And that's actually not a bad color for lip gloss. I actually kind of like that color. So the test is going to be for me to swatch it on my arm, my hand. So this is what I'm going to do. So this is what that color is looking like right now. And it kind of looks like it's trying to, I don't think it's trying to separate. I'm just going to keep stirring it, stirring it. Make sure it's all incorporated. It's actually a pretty cute color in it. It looks a little thin though. But I guess, you know, the more mica you put in there, the more powder and more mica you put in there, the richer and thicker the color will be. So just keep in mind that this is what you will be adding to your lip gloss base. So you probably want to make it a little thicker or wait till it cools to see, you know, if it thickens up or not. But I'm impatient, so I just want to see. Okay guys, it has a faint, you guys see that? It has a faint tint to it. So I feel like if I put more mica in here, I may get a better color. So again, I'm stirring. You guys see that? I'm stirring. This is now 4 scoops of mica. And as you can tell, the color is looking richer and richer. Like, this doesn't even look like a red to me. This looks like, I don't know, some kind of pinky color. It doesn't even look like red. Maybe it's not red. Maybe it's just me thinking it's red because it says Valentine. I don't know. So I'm going to try and swatch it on my skin again and see what we get. And for me, it's important to have a color that shows up on brown girls like me, because I'm not a light-skinned girl. I am brown skinned. Sometimes we have to find colors that really like stand out on us. So this is the third swatch. So let's review. This is the first one that I did here. The one that's like really transparent or almost transparent, has a faint color to it. This is the second swatch that I did when I added three scoops to the warmed oil. And this is my third swatch. I know it doesn't look so great, but the pigment is coming. Do you guys see that? You guys see that? Yeah, the pigment is coming. So look at that. That is the third. That's the third swatch there. Sorry, I'm out of view. That's the third swatch. And I really feel like if I continue to work with it, that it will come to fruition, you know. So I'm going to keep working with it. I'm going to allow the oil to cool and see what comes of it. So I'm going to put it in my container to see, you know, what's going on with it. But it came out to be a very beautiful color. So let's check it out. Sorry, hadn't all in the way. So let's look at it. So this is the first swatch that I did. This was just the warmed oil and the 2 scoops of mica. So then I added another scoop to another scoop of powdered mica to my warmed oil and stirred until it was dissolved. And this is the color that I got with adding the 3 scoops of mica. Now this color here, you guys can see it, that is the color that I got once the oil started to cool down and I added another scoop. So that would be 4 scoops of mica. And that is the color that it came out to be, this color here, which is a very pretty color. So, and then I allowed it to cool for a few more seconds and just swatched it on the back of this hand to see what it would look like if I were to put it on my lips. And this is the color that it came out. Again, a very pretty color. It's not very pigmented, but it is pigmented. So I feel like if I continue to add pigment to it, mica to it perhaps, I would probably get the color that I like. Although I do like this color. This isn't a bad color at all. But I think that I would get the color that I really, really wanted if I don't know, if I added a little more of the powder, or maybe a little bit of you know, I don't know, a little bit more of a liquid type deal, liquid pigment. But that would be defeating the purpose of trying to create your own pigment. So I think I'm going to play with the mica just a little more to see what I can create. But you know, guys, like I said, the more the oil cools, like the better the pigment gets. So yeah, we're gonna see. So I'm gonna come back once it cools down all the way and let you guys swatch it again and let you guys see, and you guys tell me what you think. Do you think that the pigment is better once the oil cooled, or perhaps I need to add more pigment to it, or it's just a bust and girl, just give it up? So just let me know down in the comments. So I'm going to allow it to cool just a little bit more and then I'll come back.